How's it hanging, YouTube? Peter here, your Ginger Jolly Geek, and once again, I'm joined by my good friend, Efren. How are you doing, Efren?
What is going on, Comic Book Familia? This is my favorite segment of the month where Peter and I just talk about comic books that are coming up, advanced orders. I always look forward to this video, Peter.
And there's some good ones this month, Efren. I have
Yeah.
to say, sometimes I'm going to be honest, Efren. Sometimes when we're looking a month ahead to try and pick some books, I kind of struggle a little bit with some of them because some months just aren't that good. But this month there's some crackers, and there's some, and we'll get to it in a bit. But there's some great new series I want to talk about. So as Efren said, this is our monthly kind of roundup of what we're looking forward to, and it's going to be for comics that are released in the month of July. But stick around, because at the end of the video we're also looking at comics that are going to be released next week, and we've both picked the same book, which is I cannot wait, but we'll talk about that at the end. So let's crack straight on.
Wait a minute, Peter. Wait 1 minute, please.
Yeah.
Before we go any further, if there is a galaxy far, far away from us, and if there are people there, I am sure they are watching your YouTube channel and videos. If they're not, they are missing out.
Absolutely, Efren. I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree. Thank you very much, Efren. Always appreciate your little intros. I like them. Thank you. Okay, so we're looking at the month of July, and we'll just crack straight on with these books. So, Efren, do you want to go first? You picked Firepower.
Yes, my pick is Firepower. It's written by Robert Kirkman. It's by Image Comics. It's issue 25. It's been at least 4 months since they've come out with an issue. I've really been enjoying this storyline. It says Firepower returns with an extra-length 44-page story. After learning Wei Lun killed his parents, Owen cannot let the past go. This Wei Lun was his mentor who trained him to use his powers. Right. And they're going up against another clan, of fighters. But then he finds out that his trainer killed his parents in the last issue, and it takes off from there.
Sounds interesting. I picked up the first couple of issues of this and really enjoyed it, but I kind of just, I don't know, I forgot about it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it looks very cool. So yeah, I'll probably be, I'll probably buy this in trade and start trying to catch up when they do an omnibus or something like that,
Yep.
Yeah, very nice. Now, my pick is Something Epic number 3. Now, this has got a whole host of different variant covers. I picked this one because I like the Star Wars kind of homage kind of thing. First issue of this came out, I think it was last week, and it's absolutely stunning. I don't know. Have you read it, Efren?
No, that's one of the good things when we do these advanced order picks. Some books I just skip over and I don't see, so I'm definitely looks interesting.
Yeah. Well, we've talked lots of times in the past about variant covers and about how we're both kind of not going to get sucked into the whole variant cover malarkey thing again. For example, Stray Dogs, I think I ended up with about 30 different covers for that thing.
Yeah.
Well, I read this and I've bought 6 variant covers. So I couldn't help myself. I absolutely adore the story. And the premise is basically that this kid can see everything that people imagine. So when you're daydreaming and you're imagining things, he can see that all appears in the world around him. And the first issue was just absolutely mind-blowing. So this is Something Epic issue 3, and the little synopsis says, upon delving into his gallery of dreams and discovering new perspectives on his powers, Danny decides to test the scope of his abilities with little success. So yeah, looking forward to that. It's an amazing series. Well, I'm saying it's an amazing series. Issue 1 was brilliant. I'm hoping it maintains the quality as it goes on. Next, Blade, Efren. Blade.
Yeah, this, I don't know. It just grabbed my attention. There's a new Blade series coming this summer. It's from the creative team of Brian Hill, Batman and the Outsiders, attached as a writer, and Elena Casgrande, Black Widow, as the artist. It says Marvel's slickest vampire hunter returns in a brand new ongoing by Brian Hill. True evil is patient, and a dark ancient power has been simmering quietly for centuries. And when Blade himself is the one to unknowingly unleash it, Marvel's entire supernatural underworld will come out of hiding to demand he handle it. or
Very
pay
cool.
a pound of flesh for his mistakes. So yeah, it just grabbed my attention. I think I hope this Blade movie, I think they're doing it because of the Blade movies coming out, hopefully one
Yeah.
years. So they're just trying to build interest on, the Blade character a little bit more. So that's why I grabbed this one. Hopefully it's a good storyline.
I mean, I'm a huge fan of the original Wesley Snipes
Yeah.
movies, and I loved Blade when he was in Midnight Suns and things like that.
Yeah.
I picked up recently, there's a comic, I can't remember what it's called. Is it Bloodline? Where it's
Yeah. I
about
think
his
so. His
daughter.
daughter. Yeah.
Yeah, I struggled with that. And Blade's an Avenger now. That doesn't fit well. Do you know what I mean? He's kind of should be in the dark street level kind of character. I
Yep.
mean, it's a, like you say, it's a number one effort and it's a relaunch. I'll pick it up and give it a go. Because I do like me vampires. My pick has got no right to be on this list. So this is Red Goblin. I think it's issue 5. I haven't got it written down, I'm afraid. But this is Red Goblin, which is a spin-off from the Spider-Man titles. It's Normie Osborn, who's the Green Goblin's grandson,
Okay.
and he's got a symbiote called Rascal attached to him.
Mhm.
Now, it sounds like it should be for kids, and it sounds like, it shouldn't be my cup of tea. But this is probably my favorite Spider-Man book out at the moment. The main Spider-Man run's terrible. This is just good fun. So I've been really enjoying this one. And this is the kickoff of a new, excuse me, of a new kind of story arc called Nature versus Nurture. Carnage reigns may be over, but Normie Osborn and the Rascal symbiote problems are only just beginning. For weeks, Normies pacify the symbiote and manage to keep the rabid killing machine inside it under control. But in this issue, Normie learns that you can't fight nature. So yeah, looking forward to that. I just think the cover's lovely. I love that image of the goblin.
I haven't read it, but I know you've been talking about it on Instagram that it's a good read. So I'm definitely going to read this book when it comes out. I got to go back and get issue 1 and 2. Or well, how many issues have come out yet? Just one?
I think this is issue. Unfortunately, I haven't. It's got I thought it had the issue number on there. Yeah. I think it's issue 4 or 5. This one comes out in July, so whichever issue in July it is.
And he's friends with Venom. The
child, Dylan
so,
Brock.
Yeah, maybe they'll hook up and have
so there's been a recent. I just read it yesterday, Efren, where Dylan. So Normie invites Dylan to dinner with Norman Osborn. And obviously Dylan knows who Norman Osborn is, so there's quite a bit of tension.
Okay.
It's quite good. That's in the Golden Goblin series, which isn't that good. But yeah, check out Red Goblin. It's a good read. Astonishing Iceman.
I picked this book because to me, the original X-Men always have a special place in my heart. The original characters, and Iceman, I've always liked this character. So just like Blade, I think these are more like, picks that I chose that bring back memories, from my childhood. So that's why I picked this one. It says here, just in time for X-Men's 60th anniversary, readers will witness one of X-Men's founding members embark on his most extraordinary chapter in a new series written by Steve Orlando and drawn by Vincenzo Caretti. Launching in August, Iceman will elevate Bobby Drake to superhero greatness, complete with a new base of operations, never before seen uses of his abilities. So yeah, I mean, I picked this. The original X-Men stuff for Beast. I can't stand him now.
I don't know what the hell's going on with Beast. They've kind of completely changed his character and everything, haven't they? It's weird.
The Beast that I knew, he seems evil now. But anyway, getting back to the Iceman, I just picked this book because it has one of the founding original X-Men.
Yeah, very cool. I was just checking it from that is issue 5 of the Goblin. My pick is again another issue 5. I've been loving this series. So this is Clobbering Time issue 5. This is just a how can I phrase it? It's just a silly throwback kind of comic, which is just very graphic, very violent. You've got the Thing kind of punching people's faces off and stuff, and the last few issues he's been teamed up with various people, and this is kind of almost the finale of the story. The artwork's stunning. It's just proper old school kind of comic book reading, and I love it. It's not too in depth. So this is and I'll get his name wrong. Ogdu Fraz's plan is almost complete. he has reverse engineered every item of power across the Marvel Universe time stream to create the Psycho Chomp Pump machine, a device that will steal the creation energy of Galactus and the sentience of the universe at the moment of the Big Bang. The Thing, Doctor Doom, and Tuvar 2 are an unwilling audience to the universe remaking. That is, unless they get free. So yeah, looking forward to that. It's been a real fun series, this one.
Peter, I think it's amazing that, we always talk about how much we enjoy reading indie books and your characters, but at the same time, I think deep inside of us, we always, love these old Silver Age characters.
Yeah. Do you know what, Efren? I'm gonna blame the Punisher for this. So we've done this show for a long time, really, a couple of years maybe.
Yep.
And we've steered away from Marvel books. And my mindset was always that Marvel books had gone really downhill and the quality wasn't there and they weren't very adult and all that kind of stuff. And then I got into Punisher and that opened my eyes to actually Marvel are doing good stuff. And then I started looking at more stuff. And actually, they're doing some pretty. Keep well away from most of the X titles, the mainstream X titles, because they're so bloody confusing. Amazing Spider-Man's rubbish, but these little one shots and things they do are really, really good. The limited series is.
Yes,
I'm really enjoying them.
I think that's the point. They're limited. They don't go on and on and on. But
absolutely,
we've mentioned before how hard it must be to write new. These characters. They've been around for over 50 years.
Yeah.
To come up with fresh new ideas is difficult.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Fish Flies. What on earth's that?
So this is written, Image Comics. It's written by Jeff Lemire. He just finished writing a comic book. I'm drawing a blank on it. They were young vampires. They were kids.
Little monsters.
Yeah, Jeff Lemire. He's becoming one of my favorite art writers. So when I seen he was coming out with another book, I go, I have to give it a try. Because I really like Little Monsters. This is let me see. It's Jeff Lemire brings you a new tale of small town surrealist horror in this special extra length debut issue. When a brutal and violent crime puts the life of an innocent teenage boy into balance, it sets off a chain of events in bucolic Bell River, Ontario, that will permanently change several residents' lives. So I just, like I said, this is, to me, Jeff Lemire is becoming, one of my favorite writers. So when I seen this book come up, I chose as one of my advanced orders. And the cover kind of throws you off. It doesn't look like it's horror. So, it just piqued my curiosity.
I'll definitely be picking this up because that's right up my street. And I love Jeff Lemire. I loved a book he did a while ago called Maze Book, which was really good.
Yep. Yeah, that's another one. Yep. Grabbed my attention, but that was a good storyline. Yep.
Yeah. And Jeff's going to be at a convention near me in November. So I'll take a few books to get signed, I think. Because, I think he's incredible.
A few books.
yeah. By all means, Efren, by all means, please do. So I've picked this. I'm we've just talked there about kind of going backwards a little bit more collecting. I'm getting back into Superman. I'm really enjoying some of the Superman titles at the moment. And this is The Last Days of Lex Luthor. It's a Black Label book. It's written by Mark Waid, who I always enjoy Mark Waid's writing. And basically the synopsis for this is let's have a look. Superman learns that Lex Luthor is dying and he wants the Man of Steel to help him find a cure for whatever it is that's causing his rapid decline. While the world wants to say good riddance to Lex Luthor, Superman will go to the ends of the universe through different dimensions and across time to save his foe. But just why does he want to save the person who spent his life trying to destroy him? And will he ever be able to find the solution? That sounds interesting to me. So, yeah, and I like these Black Label books. They're a little bit more gritty. And Mark Waid, Mark Waid's got a soul straight away. Love Mark Waid.
I think that Superman's persona he's a Boy Scout, and he's got to, no matter what Lex Luthor has done to him, part of him, wants to save him.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, next. Big Game.
This one grabbed my attention. It's another Image book. It's by Mark Millar and artist is Pepe Larraz. The comic event of the summer is here. Whenever it has a title like that, I went, oh yeah, man. So I gotta get it. Okay, this is so top secret. We can't even show you the main cover because it spoils something massive. Just trust us when we say that this is going to be the comic book event of 2023, and it's not what you're expecting. Does the crossover really go that wide? Yes, it does. Big Game pulls together Kick-Ass, Kingsman, Nemesis, the Magic Order, and all the Millar World franchises in one special event. Once they had Kick-Ass on there, I said, yeah, I got to get this book.
Yeah. So I am very excited for this. So spoilers for people. The latest issue of Nemesis Reload, I think it is, it leads into this.
Oh,
and there's a big kind of, the last couple of pages are a big kind of shock for people who've read a lot of Mark Millar's books. So this is going to be big. This is going to be really, really big. I'm looking forward to this. It'll be fun. Yeah. Mine's an interesting one. So it's an event book, which I tend to keep away from. And it covers a whole host of different comic book series. But this is from the main line, which is Night Terror's First Blood. Now, there's tons of different variant covers, and I loved this one of Harley Quinn with the spiders all over her coming out of her mouth and things like that. The premise is basically that Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman find a body of one of their earliest enemies inside the Hall of Justice, and their investigation takes them past the land of the living, beyond the land of the dead, and directly to a new villain called Insomnia, who uses his powers to engulf every single hero and villain in their own dark and twisted nightmares. So basically, it's a whole kind of DC-wide event where all the heroes are going to be kind of facing the greatest fears, and some of the covers for these Efren are absolutely amazing. So this is a nice one. I like this, and there's another great one of Zartana with kind of creatures coming out of her eyes and things like that. And yeah, I think this is going to be a one. Do you know how the Deceased books had some stunning artwork for the covers? I think this is going to be the same. So yeah, looking forward to this.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned this book. To be honest with you, when we make our picks, when we come up to the DC books, I kind of just flip through it really quick and I don't pay attention to it that much. But yeah, this cover, I mean, that's Harley Quinn, correct?
Yeah.
Cover with spiders. I mean, I thought she was going to become like another spider person, but I don't think Marvel would allow it, So.
yeah. So no, that looks really cool. I like the look of that one.
Yeah.
This is interesting. What's this all about?
So this is Antarctica. This is it says it's Top Cow, and I believe an Image book. So it says Stargate. It's written by Simon Burks and art by Will Roberts. It's a series premiere. Stargate meets his Dark Materials in a new nonstop sci-fi action blockbuster. Hannah's life imploded the day her father failed to return from the secretive Smith-Peterson research station in Antarctica. Alone and on the street, she is at her lowest ebb when a friend offers help. Retrained as an engineer, Hannah secures a job at the same Antarctic station to search for her father and stumbles headfirst into a conspiracy that threatens everything she's ever believed.
Interesting.
Yeah,
interesting.
I mean, if it wasn't for synopsis of titles, that grabs our attention. Obviously, besides the cover work, So, and again, these are like not mainstream comic books, which we always like to read. So I'm going to give this one a try.
Good stuff. And Top Cow, I've got a lot of faith in Top Cow. They do some really good books. So yeah, I'll probably check that one out as well. Again, a book that I shouldn't really be talking about and I shouldn't be liking. This is Adventures of Superman John Kent. So this is Superman's son, who's recently been aged. So you remember he used to be quite young and he used to hang around with Damian Wayne and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So this is issue 5. I've been reading this since the start, and it's brilliant. So I'm a big fan of the Injustice universe from the computer games, which I don't know if you're familiar with them, Efren, but basically it's a kind of a timeline where the Joker kills Lois Lane and Superman's unborn baby, and Superman goes crazy and kills the Joker, and that kind of rolls on to basically Superman taking like a kingship of the entire planet and ruling with an iron fist and thing. Great storyline. And this series is crossed over with that. So there was basically, do you remember Ultraman from He was going around killing alternate versions of Superman, and then the Injustice Superman's turned up and snapped his neck. It's just a really, really fun story. Not a one I expected to like. And I'm liking John Kent probably more than I'm liking Clark Kent at the moment. So yeah, worth picking up. So that's Adventures of Superman John Kent, issue number 5.
I'm going to start calling you Mr. DC.
I know. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. I don't normally pick DC books up.
Yeah.
Okay. So next book is for next week, and
Yeah.
we've both picked the same book. So this is released May 30, week start 31st, and
Yeah.
it's Punisher, number 12, the end of this kind of stellar run. Now we've both just been on a colleague's show and JP Venom to do a review of the first graphic novel of this series. And I think did it get 9s and 10s all around? I think everybody loved it, didn't they?
All of us have enjoyed this storyline so far.
And this is the end. Efren, I don't know where we're going with this. I don't know how to end this series.
Yeah. This book, man, is just rejuvenated the Punisher as far as I'm concerned. The way the character is, and what he's gone through in this series. The resurrection of his wife. Sorry, spoiler alerts. They're trying to resurrect his kids, and he's become godlike and so powerful, but he's been manipulated the whole way. So curious to see how this ends, and I'm glad. Again, I'm glad it's only like 12 issues or whatever long it is, because that's better than just keeping it ongoing and ongoing. Then you just get bored after a while with the series. So I like it, but I'm curious to see what happens to him after this series. Is he going to go back to his old, chest plate with the skull? There was a big controversy about that here in the United States. So yeah, I'm just really looking forward to this book. If I only read one book on May 31st, if I can't read any other book, it would be this book.
Yeah, I'm the same, mate. I'm the same. And it's one of those kind of bittersweet things because I'm with you. I'm glad it's ending because I don't want it to outstay its relevance and stuff. But on the other hand, I'm going to really miss this run because I love this storyline. And I really don't know what Marvel can do with the character now. Are they just going to take him back to his roots, like you say? Or I hope they're not bumping him off. It's going to be fun. Going to be interesting.
Thinking that they may bump him off, but you know what it is with Marvel. When you bump a character off, they always come back.
He'll be back next week. As soon as he's introduced into the Marvel universe or something, he'll be back. So there you go, guys. That's our top picks for the month of July. No, it's June. Month of July, and also for next week. Some great books there. Let me know in the comments which ones you're going to pick up and which ones you think look interesting. Please do go and subscribe to both of our channels. Go and check out Efren over at Passpoint One Comics. He's got some amazing content. And do like and subscribe, like I say. Okay, that's we're whack for the time being. So thank you very much. We'll call it a night, Efren.
Yep, everybody, be safe and take care. Live long and prosper.
Oh, I like it. Live long and prosper.
Yeah.
Bye now. Bye.
Bye.